I might enjoy it. The movie was a childhood favorite of mine. Like half the books on my shelves. So, yeah. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena and this is where I talk about books and other stuff that I like, but mostly books. Today I am going to share my TBR for this summer/Readathon, which starts July 1st. Right now when I'm filming this, it is the last day of June, so I'm hoping that I can edit this and get this out really quick. But I'm really excited to be joining in the Readathon because this is the first major Readathon that has happened since starting my booktube channel. But I'm always kind of like a silent observer and participant. I don't really interact with anybody. I've always been too shy. I'm just diving in and trying to make friends now in the booktube community. So, yeah. The first prompt, Surf's Up, which is a book with a body of water on the cover. And I'm actually going to be reading Where the Crawdads Sing for this prompt because I have not read that book yet, even though everyone and their mother and their mother-in-law, sister, and their sister-in-law, and everybody they know has already read it. I have not. But my friend Katie had an extra copy that she is gifting to me, so I will be reading that. The books that I was considering, just for suggestions for you if you're trying to come up with something. The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune, one of the books that I want to read before the end of the year. The other one that I was considering was The Guide by Peter Heller. Those are a couple other ones that I was considering, but I think I'm going to do Where the Crawdads Sing. Next prompt is Roots, which is to read a childhood favorite, and I'm not totally sure that this counts, but I'm counting it. So I'm going to be reading The Wizard of Oz. I did not read this as a child. I was not a big reader as a child at all. To come up with a childhood favorite was kind of tricky for me. I saw this one on my shelf and it's just been one that I've really wanted to experience the book for a while. I know the book is very different from the movie. The movie was a childhood favorite of mine, every single day. Let's see, Heat Waves, which is to read a book entirely set in summer. And I decided that I was going to read Lord of the Flies. So this is a classic that I have never read before. I might enjoy it. I don't know. I remember hearing about it when I was in high school. What is the premise? How horrible. Why would you ever write that book? And it's also pretty short. It's 206 pages. Next is a buddy read. So to read a book with a friend. Extremely ambitious. I don't know. We'll see. But it's Middlemarch because Noelle is planning to read this in the month of either July or August, she said, and she wanted to do a buddy read with it. This one is Easy Breezy, so that is to read a book under 200 pages. This was originally going to be my my heat wave prompt, my book set in summer, but I realized it was under 200 pages, so I'm actually going to be rereading The Great Gatsby. And I have not read this since high school, but when I did read it, I absolutely adored it. It was my favorite book I had ever read. Because a lot of these classics, when we read them in high school, I feel we're not able to fully appreciate them. No, we're definitely not able to fully appreciate them. Sunny Days, read a book with yellow on the cover. The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This book just came out. Oh, there's a lot of yellow on the inside too. I pre-ordered it. I'm kind of a bitch for cheap thrills. Pride, to read a book with a queer main character. This was really difficult for me because I read a lot of books with queer characters. So to narrow it down, I found to be a really great challenge. I am embarrassed to say that I have yet to experience Heartstopper. So this is going to be my Pride prompt book. I can't wait. I'm ready. Branch Out, which is to read a genre you don't usually read from. I'm leaving it open for now so that I've got room for, shuffling things around and whatnot. Hot Girl Summer, which is to read a book written by a woman, which is pretty easy, like half the books on my shelves. But I am going to be reading Hide by Kirsten White, and that is because this is also doubling for my Summerween readathon, or a book with Halloween colors on the covers. It's got orange and black. I don't know, I've heard really mixed reviews about this one. Spice it up is to read a book by an author of color. I am going to be reading The Death of Vivek Oji by Wake Emezi. I haven't actually heard their name said aloud. I have heard people say that it is like one of their favorite books of all time. Summer Vacation is to read a work that is translated. I have quite a few translated works on my shelves. Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukagawa. This is originally written in Japanese, and I don't exactly know what it is about, actually. Sandcastle, to read a book featuring royalty, and this one I was kind of feeling stuck on for a while because like all I could think of was red, white, and royal blue. But then this little one on my shelf, The Prince and the Dressmaker. So this is a graphic novel about, you guessed it, a prince and a dressmaker. Not about the dressmaker falling in love with the prince. The prince actually really enjoys wearing beautiful dresses, these dresses that the dressmaker makes. And I actually don't know anything else about it beyond that, but that's enough. I'm like, yes, I am ready. I am ready for it. And then last but not least is to share the love. So read someone else's favorite book. I am going to be reading The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. Sarah from Voided Lux on Instagram, because this was already on my TBR for Summerween as a book with the word haunt in the title, because I think haunting counts. But I know that the book is very different than the Netflix series adaptation. But I have not read any Shirley Jackson yet, and I have wanted to for a very long time. So this is the perfect month to jump in with The Haunting of Hill House. Well, I feel like I've got a good blend of like contemporary and classics, as well as like some shorter books, some bigger books, a couple of graphic novels. Whatever mood strikes me, I'll be able to find something within my prompts that will hit the spot. My family is vacationing one of the weeks this month, so I'm gonna have to figure out which ones I am bringing with me that week. It is the week of Summerween, so definitely Haunting of Hill House, as well as Hide. Haunt in the title, Halloween colors on the cover. Read a slasher. I do not have any slashers in this pile. Maybe that can be my one that is like branching out, because even though I love horror books, I have not read a slasher. I have a copy of Clown in a Cornfield. So not only is it a slasher, but it's also YA, which isn't something that I read super often. I've been like starting to read more of it, but it hasn't been something that I've gravitated to in the past. So yeah, boom, got another one. Perfect. So that is my TBR for the Summer/Readathon. I would love to know if you have any of these books on your TBR for the Readathon, as well as just recommendations for books that you have, if you have read and loved any of these. I am looking forward to connecting with you all this month. Oh, like and subscribe. Yeah.